Good morning friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about method overriding in Java. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. What is the purpose of method overriding? Method overriding is useful for you to achieve the runtime polymorphism. What is a polymorphism? It is one of the important concept in OOPS. What is it? Poly is many, morphism means forms, so you have many forms. Suppose let's take that when I am teaching I will behave as a teacher, when I am learning I will behave as a student, when I am playing with my kid I will behave as a father, when I am playing with my friends I will behave as a friend. Okay, so I am behaving in different forms according to the situation. So that is what the polymorphism. You have two types of polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism and another one is runtime polymorphism. And compile time polymorphism we have already discussed with the method overloading concept. I hope you have watched that video. If you did not watch that video or if you don't know that concept, I request you to go and watch that video. In this video, we will discuss about method overriding, which is useful for you to achieve the runtime polymorphism. Now, what is meant by method overriding? If child class has the same method as declared in the parent class is called as method overriding. Okay, so you have a one parent class and you have a child class. In a parent class you have one method. In the child class also you have the same method. Then the child class method will be overriding the parent class method. So this is what we will call it as method overriding. And what are the rules to follow when you are using the method overriding? The first rule is that the method must have the same name. Is it clear? That is what? If child class has same method means the method name should be same in the parent class also. So the parent class and child class have the method with same name. That is the first rule. And the second rule is that the method must have the same parameters, means the number of arguments and their corresponding return type or the data type should be same, okay, in the parent class also. And there must be an inheritance. Without inheritance concept we cannot achieve the method overriding, because if you look at the definition itself, if the child class, when we will get a child class, a parent class was be derived by another class. Suppose let's take that I have a class A, okay, something is there, and there is a class B which extends class A. Then this class B we will call it as a child class and class A we will call it as a parent class, and this is what single level inheritance. So if you have an inheritance and in this method you have a method called display, okay, let me write it, void display method is there, and you have the definition also, something is there or the implementation is also there. In this method also if you have the same method, okay, then what will happen is that this will be overriding this one. So this concept we will call it as method overriding. For better understanding, I will write a one program and discuss this method overriding concept with you all. Let me define a class A. Okay, class A has a method called display, okay, void display, and it does not have any parameters, okay. And in this method I am writing a statement called system.out.println I am in class A. I am in class A. Let me close the method, let me close the class. Now I am defining a class called B which wants to inherit the properties of class A. Then I need to write the keyword called extends. So extends keyword will be useful for you to achieve the inheritance, and this is an example for the single level inheritance. In this case, class B is called as child class, or it can be called as derived class, or it can be called as subclass. Class A will be called as parent class. It can be called as base class, or it can be called as superclass. Any of the terminology you can use. Now in the class B also you have the same method called display, and the return type is also same, and the number of argument is also same. And here you are writing a statement called system.out.println. I am in class B. Okay, I am in class B. And let me close this method and let me close the class. Okay, so I have a class A which is a parent class and class B which is a child class. Now what I will do is that I will write the main class or the driver class. Okay, so what I will do is that I will write the class name as simply overriding ex, where E and O are capital letters. Okay, and then what I need to do, I need to write the main method, so which is public static void main, and then you need to have a string array. So let me write string, which is a data type. Array name is AR. Now let me open the main method. Now I will need to create an object for the class B. How can I create an object? Class name, object name is equal to new class name. Okay, then if I call the display method using the object ob1, look at here. Let me close this one and let me close the class also. There is a display method in the class A, and also there is a display method in the class B, and there is an inheritance between the class B and class A, which is a single level inheritance. Now whether, if you write this statement, whether the child class display method will be called or the parent class display method will be called, obviously, as I said, it will achieve the method overriding, which is runtime polymorphism. So this method is overriding the parent class method. So obviously you will be invoked the display method which is there in the child class. So you will get the output as I am in class B. I am in class B. However, if you create an object for the parent class, using that object, if you call the method called display, then this one only will be invoked. Okay, if you want to try, you can try it. How can I do? I can create an object ob2 is equal to new A, and if I write the statement, okay, let me write the statement what it is, ob2 dot display. If I write this one, then the display method which is there in the class A will be invoked. Okay, this is everyone know. But if you create an object for the child class, using that object, if you call the display method, because you are achieving the inheritance. So what are the properties or what are the members which are there in the parent class will be derived to the child class. So here you have a display method of the parent class. Here also you have the display method of its own. So its own is overriding this one. Am I right or wrong? Always it is ours. That is what the selfishness. It is not a selfishness. We need to think about ourselves. Then we need to think about others. Am I right or wrong? So this is what we'll call it as method overriding. Now in this method, if I write the statement, okay, let me write void a display, okay, and then I'm opening the method, and then if I write super dot display, then this is super keyword. Already I have discussed. If you write the super keyword, then it will go to the immediate parent, which is class A. In this class A, is there any display method? Yes, there is a display method. Then it will be called. So in this case, okay, let me erase this all these things. And if I'm just using the super keyword, then it will give you the output as I am in class A, then I am in class B. I hope you have understood, because once you are calling the display method, it will invoke. Then in this method, there is a first statement called super.display. So it will go to the parent class. In the parent class, display method will be invoked. So it will print I am in class A. Then I am in class B will be displayed. For better understanding, I will execute this program in the Notepad++ and show the output with you all.
Now let me write the program to make you understand about method overriding. So to do that one, I will define a class called parent. And in this parent class, I will define a method called sum, passing two arguments or two parameters. Okay, and return type is void. So this method does not return any value. Now let me write system.out.println the sum is the sum, or let me write the sum in parent class is. Okay, now I will perform the a plus b and the result will be concatenated. Let me close the class and the method. Now let me define the child class which extends the properties of the parent class. Okay, now what I will do, I will copy this one and I will paste it. Okay, because in the child class also you should have the method called sum, and return type should be same and the signature also should be same. So here what I will do, in place of parent I will write child. Okay, now let me close the class called child. Now let me have the main class or driver class. As if you can see, we have saved this program as overriding ex.java. So the main class name should be overriding ex. Now let me have the main method. So public static void main string args. Okay, or AR, any name you can write it. Now I need to create an object called B for the class called child class. So child ob1 new child. Okay, we are creating an object for the child class. Now let me call the method called sum using the object called ob1. Now I will pass the value 20 and 30. Now which method will be invoked? There is a sum method in the parent class and also in the child class. Then as it is a method overriding and even you have created an object for the child class. So the method called sum in the child class will be invoked and A will get the value 20, B will get the value 30, and then once you look at this one, the sum in child class is 20 plus 30, 50 will be displayed as an output. Let me close the method, let me close the class, and let me open the command prompt. You know that all our programs will be there in the desktop Java programs folder. Okay, now let me compile the program Java C overriding. The spelling should be correct. Okay, Java C overriding x.java. There are no errors. Let me run the program. See, we got the output as the sum in child class is 50. Now how can I call the sum method which is also there in the parent class? Then you can use the super keyword. So what you can do here is that you can write super dot sum. Okay, here you can pass 200 comma 300. So then what will happen in the immediate parent class? There is a method called sum that will be invoked. Okay, so in this case what will happen here, you will get the a value as 200 and b value will be 300. So first it will display as the sum in parent class is 500, then you will get the sum in child class is 50. If you have a doubt, let me save the program, go to the command prompt, again let me compile the program. There are no errors. Let me run the program again. See, this time I got the output as the sum in parent class is 500, the sum in child class is 50. So lot of people will get confused. Instead of writing here in the child class, sometimes they will try to write in the main class. If I do it, what will happen? You can look at. Lot of people will think that it will call the sum method which is there in the parent class. No, it will not happen. If you have any doubt, let me compile the program. You can see there is an error in the line number 22. Non-static variable super cannot be referenced from a static context. So that is what the error you are getting. And even error cannot find symbol called dot. So this is what the issue you will face. So if you want to call the method which is there in the parent class, you need to call from the child class only. This is absolutely fine. I hope you have understood about the method overriding. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.